Welcome. In this episode, we want to explain to our ultimate pooch parents things you should expect from your groomer and in turn what your groomer expects from you.
Okay, so groomers are super passionate, animal-loving empaths who live and breathe dogs. It takes a special kind of person to do our job. And for the most part, we all strive to please our clients and do our very best every day at work. But sometimes we just can't do the impossible, even though we try. At Groomer Nation, we love to help and explain tips for you to understand and ensure a great relationship for you, your dog, and your groomer. So we know for the dogs that continually grow hair that their hair grows twice as fast as human hair, about 1.5 centimetres per month. We know some dogs can have between 10 to 20 hairs per follicle, and they need to release this hair as a part of a cycle to ensure new hair is always being produced, and that protects against the weather, toxins, and predators. The surface area of a small dog is 5 times the surface area of my head. And I know how much time I spend each day trying to maintain my hair. So you can only imagine the amount of time and work it takes to keep a little dog like Miller's hair maintained. That means clean, neat, and knot free. So we encourage all dog owners to understand your groomer's job.
We bath, condition, do treatments, trim out knots, comb them, blow dry them, trim their pads, hygiene, and often do a full makeover in 1.5 to 2 hours. Wow, we're incredible, right? As much as we depend on you for work, we depend on you to help us do our job well. And the biggest tip we have is regularity in appointments. If you have watched our episodes up until now, we have shown you what to do between grooms at home, but on average, most dogs still need a full groom 4 to 6 weekly at the groomer. You have probably noticed groomers are busy people, right? And they love to accommodate your pet, but can be booked out sometimes weeks and even months in advance. So be prepared to pre-book your dog's grooming appointments.
Arriving on time for your pet's appointment is paramount, and it's also courteous. We schedule our appointments at intervals to allow time for each groom and for the comfort of your pet. When a client arrives late, it has the ripple effect on the client after you and will interrupt following appointments for the rest of our day. If you have been held up, a quick phone call in advance is always appreciated.
Pick up time. I know how excited my pet parents are to pick up their fur babies, but arriving early can cause a lot of disruption. If your pet is still being groomed, it's really important that you make sure you arrive on time. Pets have a sixth sense and often know the sound of their mum's car, the scent of their dad, and even worse, the sound of their fur parents' voices. This can send them crazy in excitement. This makes it extremely difficult for your groomer to try and finish your pet safely. If you need to arrive early, alert your groomer in advance and they will be able to tell you an approximate time your pet will be finished.
Be understanding of the time frame that you need to leave your pet. We know how much you love your pet and we understand that leaving your fur baby at a salon can pull on the heartstrings. But it's important to understand we don't always just have the one pet in at a time, and we need time to groom your pet and others comfortably and not rushed. Therefore, it may take from an hour up to several hours depending on the size of your dog, the trim, and how many staff work at the salon. Your pet is in safe hands with your groomer, so enjoy this moment to have some fur child free time. Go to lunch, do some shopping, or it's the perfect time to head home and put your feet up for some R&R.
Owning a dog is a luxury and the cost of grooming can depend on how long you leave in between grooms, the size of your dog, the coat type, if your pet's elderly or even a pup, if the coat's matted or has a congested undercoat. A high maintenance coat, a nervous or anxious pet, and these are just a few examples of what groomers must take into account for each and every grooming session. You are paying your groomer for their time and experience, which is priceless. Groomers spend years and endless amounts of money on training to make sure they understand everything about your dog's breed and how to handle the groom correctly. Pet groomers don't just trim hair. We offer essential services for your pet. We notice everything on your pets, like eye and ear infections, anal gland, compaction, skin disorders, lumps and bumps, weight gain or weight loss, bad teeth, and the list goes on. I have saved the life of many of my clients' dogs by noticing something that the owner has not seen or accidentally overlooked. Really, the cost of having your pet groomed is cheap considering the many hats a groomer wears. Try to take all of this into consideration when budgeting for the type of dog you have or the type of haircut you wish for.
Keeping your pet's coat mat-free and clean in between professional grooms makes for a happier pet with healthy skin and a go-to attitude when it comes to being groomed at the salon. Don't forget to schedule one-on-one time with your pet for regular at-home brushing and combing.
Walk your pet into the salon or out to the mobile salon on a lead and show confidence. Your dog will feel negative if you are anxious or nervous. You are the pack leader and your dogs notice all these little things. Carrying your pet while you're anxious will alert your dog to danger by your heartbeat beating quicker, your arms slightly tighter around your pet, and your general disposition. All this is telling your dog that he should be scared and it's not a safe place. Reassure your pet with confidence and take the time for a few deep breaths and calm your body down before greeting your groomer. Groomers are compassionate, dog-loving people who truly care about your pet, so take comfort in knowing we will do our best to make your pet super happy and comfortable in such a short time they are with us.
Communicating with your groomer is key when it comes to the expectations you would like with your ideal style of trim. Take the time to study up your breed, even if your pet has several breeds behind it. You too will have a better understanding of what is achievable. You can even take a photo in for the grooming. Think about your pet's lifestyle. Perhaps your pet lives in the country, near the beach, in a hot climate, a cold climate. All of this information is super important to the type of grooming needed. Groomers always try hard to please, but sometimes certain trims are unachievable due to the breed type and coat type. Although we wished we had a magic wand for all our fur clients, sometimes it just isn't realistic for a groomer to achieve.
If your dog suffers from a skin disorder, be sure to ask what shampoos that your groomer uses. If you have a specific shampoo and conditioner that has been prescribed by your vet to use on your pet, be sure to bring it along to their grooming session.
If your pet shows signs of aggression, anxiety, or separation issues, please advise your groomer out of courtesy. We love to know this information so we can work carefully with your pet, and we may even allocate a different time for your pet's booking. As we style your pet, we are working very closely to your pet's mouth with our faces, arms, hands, and torso. Severe injury and death has occurred to groomers who have been caught unaware. We always appreciate when our clients give us warning.
The age of your pet is important to your groomer. At times, elderly dogs need to be groomed in appointments that are express grooms or in a time slot that may suit an older pet. And for puppies, although these little cute bundles of fluff are small, puppies can take just as long as an adult dog does, sometimes even longer. We always recommend puppies visit the groomer for an initial introduction session from at least 12 weeks of age to ensure during all the important impression stages of brain development, he is acquainted with the smells and sounds he will be exposed to for the rest of his life.
At the end of the day, we are professionals dedicated to our craft, and we absolutely love our job and your pet. At Groomer Nation, we hope these tips will ensure that the relationship you have with your groomer has longevity. We'll see you soon.
Thanks for watching.